Right. Turn my up or down. I don't know. It's better. I put it right there. All right. Trade analysis for today. Um, what the hell is wrong? All right. Let's go through this price action. I don't know what the fuck. We're on the 1 minute. Um, yeah. Let's start with the daily. What are we seeing going into today? And today, got stopped out on my first trade, second trade, break even. Um, Second trade, I hit, but like technically I hit. I moved my break even too early, I guess. Fucking what it looks like lose $20 because I thought it was a protected low. Whatever. Coming into today. Oh yeah. All right. So coming into today, what are we looking at? This is Monday open, and we're coming into Friday. Weekly logic, we're not gonna expand more. We're kind of like using weekly logic, like we're gonna create the weekly wick on Friday after 4 days of expansion, really 3 days of expansion, but we're just not expecting this. We're not expecting more expansion, pretty much. Like we're expecting. I wouldn't say retracement because yesterday was a retracement day, but we're just I don't know. It was like honestly a low prob day to trade, but like, we're not expecting to expand more. But I'm not necessarily like willing to go short just based off of that, just because yesterday we had retracement. So I don't know. I didn't really have a strong bias coming today, but then when I scaled down to the hourly, what do we have? So oh yeah, yeah, NQ. Notice how it's above this gap that was created yesterday. YM, it's below this gap. It's in this gap. And let's fucking hell, man. What? Is my trading view up? Shit, bro. Alright, I mean, I'm gonna finish this video. I'm gonna get that after, but shit. I thought I'm on a recurring plan. Whatever. It might just be that broke. Coming into today, we have this fair value gap that I'm looking at. Uh, so I was like, shit. I was pretty strong on longs. I was looking at this. So I was pretty confident we were gonna go long today. We didn't have any clear like targets. That's why I wasn't like I don't know. I really wasn't like dying to get in a long, if I'm being honest. But that was my bias. I had a very strong bias towards longs. And what was I looking for? I was looking to trade the C4 candle. So if we got a strong enough closure on this, because this is a C1, C2 taps and SMT with this. Look at this closure on the 4 hour. That's a reversal candle. C3, 9:30 open, like we're late to the move in this candle, so we're gonna wait for the closure of this candle and wait for the C4. What happens is that's what we're looking for, and then this gets completely invalidated by YM. And what happens? Instead, we take out this high on NQ, creating an SMT there with YM. And we're below yesterday's high, while on NQ. It's worth noting that, we're above these highs. So a kind of two-stage SMT, but like you can see it's not really a valid two-stage SMT. But why is it a two-stage SMT? PSP closure bullish. So you can anticipate that SMT being made because we have a bullish closure on NQ, while on YM we have a bearish closure, and then we get the strength switch. So yeah, that was when I switched my bias to taking shorts on NQ. We get this reversal candle. So what am I looking for? The 50% of this candle. I don't even like, so, I mean, if anyone's watching this, I haven't got a viewer yet, you're gonna keep fucking posting, but how do you mark out 50% wick with like, without it being like retarded? Because this is how I do it. Bang, right? I'm pretty sure it's easier than that. So we're marking out the equilibrium, and we want that to be respected in our short, so we're kind of waiting for retracement to get better risk to reward. So what are we doing? Scaling down to the hourly. Just move this for visually pleasing. Yeah, so this is our 6 o'clock high right here. You're gonna anticipate that being the high of the day. NQ, this is where the SMT was made. So yeah, just a strength switch PSP. NQ actually had a good short entry, but obviously we're gonna take it on YM. And the good thing about YM is we also have clear like liquidity draws and like we're just in a gap. Like you can expect price to at least come down to this order block that was made. So like this order block right here, um this whole order block is pretty relevant. If you're studying volume at all, which honestly, I don't recommend intraday, but for like when you're looking at higher time frame stuff like this, like I haven't even analyzed this yet, but there's gonna be a volume spike right here and right below. So it taps into this one, but like all these buy orders are being placed. So this volume was created today, but let's just move it to this move right here. Like you have a ton of volume right here in this area, like on this block. Buy orders are being placed to put the orders up. They're being placed on this low to get price at a premium and shoot the orders up. So that's an order block entry, and price usually respects that. What can you see today? It comes down this level, so that's a good place to place your take. That's around where I did actually. So yeah, so we have the SMT. That's right, and off the bat, where did we get stopped out? So we have right. So I'm kind of like reliving this right now. We had this range. What do we have this morning? We had CPI, so we're in an 830 range that was made. Yeah, CPI, no clear move really made. I was marking out this gap a little bit. Um, that we were kind of in. So we were kind of in that range on NQ. So what do we see? Price at the beginning go up, take out this high. What do we get? Bearish reversal candle. And what does it look like on YM? It looks like pretty bearish. So we wait for retracement into this gap and then a CISD on the 3 minute. CISD right here. Closure below. I don't like this. So if I were to short here at the end of this closure, my risk to reward, like what am I asking the market to do? Go all the way down to here towards these lows for a 2R with a stop that big. I don't want to take that trade. So what did I do? I waited for retracement into this order block entry. And what happened? We just kept going. So we kept trading higher. There was more retracement. I thought after we retraced into these imbalances, we kind of respected them and then created a CISD, and this CISD right here, in my theory, it should have been respected, but we had more retracing to do because we also had this gap to like on the 5 minute. I think it's a relevant gap too. Yeah, we had this gap to trace too. So um, what do we see here? And so NQ, yeah, so NQ kind of hits this high and then like goes up again, and we're still in the trade at this point. Hits these lows, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's around where we get stopped out when it's hitting those lows. So it was kind of weird price because then NQ was kind of expanding back up. So what does it do? It re-manipulates these highs. We get a re-manipulation, and oftentimes you'll see when NQ remanipulates the high like that, that's when you'll see the expansion on YM. And what's YM doing while NQ is going up and remanipulating these highs after creating an SMT? YM is holding price below this low. Like it's hitting this low and it's respecting it. So I'm seeing that and I'm just like, I see all that and I'm like, okay, that's actually a very good sign for me to get in this trade. So I'm kind of waiting for the for NQ to kind of re-manipulate this because it happens and then we get this sweep off of it. So I decide to get in. I want to say probably on the three. As soon as we tap this high, I know I was looking at price, and then oh yeah, 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 yeah. On like the five, we were looking at this CISD wanted to be break. We got in on this. I think we didn't get in on this closure. We were in like here, so it was something like this. Stops on the high. We're chasing this low, and this low for me. This was it was like exactly 2R on that low, whatever. It's in that range. So that's where I got in. I kind of, I didn't want to place my thing on the right on this CISD, just that made the swing point into this high that's protected. I don't know, just because I was fear of not getting in the trade, I think. So yeah, so I waited, and initially I had like 3R planned, but just the way the market's kind of in a consolidation right now. I didn't want to go for 3R, so I was gonna go for 2R as much as I want to say I was gonna chase this. So yeah, first trade, by the way, I get stopped out, and then so this is what I'm looking for. And like what's happening exactly when this remanipulation is happening? It's just creating another SMT. Like in reality, like this is just another SMT right here, and we get a reaction like off of that. And what are we doing? Um, this is the initial 830 low. This is also why, like here, like we never tapped into that low again. Like a lot of times when you see price trade through a low or even trade through a high, it'll come back down and like retest that high, and then it'll either respect it or it'll disrespect it, and you wait for the reaction off of that. And right here, like I don't know, I just thought this CSD was like, look, we make this move back or your trace, and then in two candles, and it's a strong CSD through that gap. So I just thought that was enough for me to get bearish with NQ shooting the high and reversing. Like honestly, and with the higher time frame confluences, like look at what formed on the 4 hour. Remember how bear or bullish we were at the beginning of the day? Like this formed so beautifully on the 4 hour. We have a two-stage. We don't even. No, what do we require for a reversal? We require a two-stage PSP strength switch SMT or just a two-stage SMT. And what do we get with yesterday's high? We get SMT strength or fuck SMT here, SMT here, bullish close, bearish close, two-stage SMT. Like it formed so beautifully, and we're below yesterday's lows, and NQ is above yesterday's highs. Or sorry, highs. So like it just the context just made sense. Like YM was the weakest as well as and we're getting like a strength switch for YM to go to go lower. So just based on all that context, like this trade was so good in my opinion. And we're seeing that. So I'm not even like mad about getting stopped out of this one. Like honestly, like I executed my model and I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be mad if I execute my model good and it doesn't play out. It's just like whatever. And that's the mentality you have to make in trading. And so we get in here, and what do we see? We're looking on a 3 minute. Now I see where my issue was, but we see this kind of little retracement and then closure through here. And I'm like, all right, this is a protected swing because it went up into this gap and then closed through. And I'm like, so if my idea is valid, then I'm probably shouldn't trade to there. So where do I put my stop? Right there. Which automatically we're trading for. I mean, where are we at when I do that? Our stop is up here. We're at 8.87 R. So right away, we're at 0.87 R, which isn't even asking for much. We're already able to move our stop to here. But what were we missing? This is not a CISD. This did not trace. This candle right here did not go into the gap. It did not go into the gap, meaning logically it's not valid for me to place my stop here because all this is just bearish expansion. There was no retracement. This is technically a retracement, but into no gap. This created that gap. So what do I need to require next time? An actual CSD with a retracement into a gap to confirm and go lower, and then you can move your stop there. So like, and honestly, I'm not even like that mad about myself for doing this. Like, it's just it wasn't like much retracement. Like, ideally, you're gonna see like, ideally this like, yeah, this is you see this, and then you get the closure through here. That's when you can move your stop to this high would be. And then you know that's a protected high right here. Like if you trace there, then your idea is invalid. So overall, like on the day, I feel like my initial idea, nothing wrong with it. How am I supposed to know that NQ is gonna go manipulate this high after reversing off of it? And you know, is there a clue to maybe waiting for the 9:45 candle to come out? Yeah, I think getting in the first 15 minutes of the market is just so much lower probability than it is to getting in the first or getting in after that. And that's just like, that's the truth. Like, I know this one guy, George Trades I follow, like he said his percentage of winning is 30, like 3% before 9:45, and after 9:45 it's like 60 something. I think it's exactly 60. But yeah. I feel like the logic here was sound though. I think a lot of people were going long today. I'm assuming they just looked at the high time frame like YM, SMT, like with the gap. Like, we had this and then like everyone was trying to long on NQ. Like they're not looking at the higher time frame. And that's the issue I have with like these inverse fair value gaps traders. Like all they're looking at is like these 1 minute inversions, bro. Like I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about it, honestly. Like the risk to reward doesn't seem to be there. And the probability, like you're not looking at higher time frame. You're not a discretionary trader. You're just like trading a model. Like learn the markets, bro. I don't know why it pisses me off so much. Like seeing these people like trying to teach their model online. It's so simple, and I think that's why I get so pissed off. Like there's more to trading than that. And like you're supposed to keep your model simple to be a good trader. Like that's part of being a trader. But at the same time, like they don't even understand like higher time frame. Like they just know if it's up, it's a uptrend. If it's going down, it's a downtrend. It's like I feel like they just I don't know. Like right here, for example, you're inversing this, you're entering. I mean, yeah, let's say your stops on the top, like okay, and what can you target? This? Like I really just don't get it. And like realistically, what are you gonna target? That's your 1-to-1. Target that low. That's your trade on the inverse. And that's like if you have a model and you're executed every day, what do we have? Like you have SMT with YM. Like I hate the 1 minute chart. That well technically it was like this at that moment, something like that, right? That's the SMT we have. So Like, what are you trading? Just like a bad trade for bad risk to reward, low probability in a bad market. Like I see people taking these trades and like claim that they didn't trade on the real account, and like it's just so sketchy. And then look at this, another like oh, because we inverse out of this and we reverse off of this, we have another inverse fair value gap here, right? Let me long. Oh yeah, we're valid here. Let me long. Get 1 to 1, 1 to 1 R, bro. To this high, like to this relevant high right here. Zero point 0.6, like what? No gap made there. Oh, inverse fair value up, guys. Let's get in again. What do? We rejected off this low. We're gonna go higher. Right? Let's even give them the benefit of the doubt. You're putting your stops on the body. Come on, guys. Nope. Boom. You're stopped out. Like, oh, oh. We inverse this fair value gap right here. We inversed it bearish. Oh, come on, guys. Let's trade. Let's get 1 R. Shit. Oh, fuck. We got stopped out again. Or, yeah, we can step that up here. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's like brain dead trading, in my opinion. Like, there's just a million examples. And that's why I really don't believe these people that are saying that they trade profitably doing inversions. Not that I think it's a bad model per se. I think inverse fair value gaps are very useful, but I think to me, all it's giving me is when you inverse a gap, or when you get an inverse fair value, where the hell? Alright, I don't ever use the brush. Alright, okay, now my. When you get an inverse fair value gap, you know? Oh, shit. What's happening? That's what's happening. You have a gap here, and then you have price hitting a key level. What's it doing? Inversing. You have, expansion into this high. Gaps are made right here, and you get a candle closure below this. Like, to me, what that's telling me, and you get the candle closure here, and then you're chasing, like, I don't know, this relevant low. Like, you're not waiting for any retracement. Like, let's say this is creating a gap away. Like, how do you know it's not going to retrace? Like, if you could get in there, and here's your stop up here and trade to here, like, look, your R is already better, but these people just get in on the candle closure. So let's say this was your stop right here. That's your stop, right? And this is your entry. And that's your trade. That's like a 2 to 1, 3 to 1 trade. But if you put your order here on the candle closure, which is what these traders do, that's 1 to 1 at best. And that's what these people do. And I just don't believe like they're trading higher than 50% because they don't look at higher time frame. Like if they analyze higher time frame, saw we're in a consolidation, realize we had an SMT, like a two-stage SMT, like reversal, or like we're likely to retrace, like yeah, if you have good higher time frame context, I believe you. But like when you post on days where we're like in consolidation and like didn't even realize that YM like was going short today, like you're trying to long on NQ and you're saying I don't know why longs. Like come on, man. I don't know. I'm not calling anyone out. Like I am, but I'm not gonna call them out. But like you know who you are. It's just like I feel like with the trading space, bro, like trading is so real. Like this stuff is real. And people try to say it's a scam, but it's not. Like it's it's understanding how the market moves. It's not trading a model. It's not buying an AI fucking model that tells you when to enter and get out. Like that, no, they can't tell. Nothing can tell you where the market's going. Everyone would be millionaires. Like you have to like all of it's psychology. You have to accept where the market's going. You have to accept that you're gonna lose. Like I don't know, it just pisses me off that we have these literal scammers, people trying to sell courses. And like I would love to sell a course, by the way, when I'm older, not older, when I'm better at this and profitable and have a following, like, yeah, my goal is to sell a course, like, genuinely. Not sell a course, but sell coaching. Because I want to help you guys out. And first, I need to help myself out before I get there. But I feel like I'm close to getting there. I feel like I'm already good enough. I just need to work on my psychology, and then once I get profitable, like, and I know I'm going to, because, dude, you guys have to be obsessed with this shit too. Like, if you're obsessed with this, I have dreams about this. I genuinely like learn about trading in my dreams. There's been two separate times where I woke up and like I had figured something out. My first thing was lagging asset logic and asset synchronization. I had a dream one morning. I was like, if we reverse off this high, like, then we expect all assets to like I don't know. I just woke up and I was like, I understand this. And then the other day, I woke up and it was about when the assets desynchronize. So like when you have YM, uh, we're in 9:30. We create our 8:30 range. We're trading 9:30 open. YM just like goes up like this, and then we the same thing, and NQ just goes down like this. Uh, right? Like they just desynchronize fully. Well, can we look at like do we have higher time frame highs and lows? Like, are they creating? It's just all it is creating a higher time frame SMT. Like, I was always get so confused. Like on the 1 minute chart when like it looks like it's just expanding forever. When you look in like the hourly and 4 hourly chart, like it could just be creating a 4 hour two-stage PSP entry, or like a 4 hour like all it is higher time frame context. And if you figure that out, it just simplifies it in your brain. Like look at the 4 hour, use that to your knowledge. Um, and yeah, and you will get better. But like the point I'm trying to make is like you guys gotta be obsessed with this shit to know you're gonna make it. And I don't want like I hate these trading gurus that are like trying to sell you this dream and this model that you can just do no type studying. Like it does like acting like it doesn't require 3 hours a day. Like it's not easy. I'm not trying to sell you guys on that it's easy. Like when I coach, I want people that are actually dedicated. Um, but yeah, this stuff's hard. This stuff's hard. And but it's like it's the truth. Like it's not a lie. Like people that say day trading is a scam, they don't know anything about the market. And let me repeat, they don't know anything. You know why they think it's a scam? Because they watched two videos on it and actually put money in the shit. Bro, I studied for 6 months before buying an eval. I didn't even put money in the market. I just bought an eval for $93. Like, and that's all I've invested so far. Yet I still believe in myself. Like, you gotta understand like how much money is in trading. If you can do it with $10, if you can turn 10 into 12 over the course of a month, and then turn 12 into 15, you can turn 1,000 into 1,200. You can turn 100,000 into 120,000. That's the scalableness of trading. Like as soon as you get a couple fundeds, like dude, you can, I mean, obviously you're not gonna make 20% returns every month. But like the scalability of this shit is once you get it and you get rich. I'm not ending the stream here. I'm just going on a rant. But yeah, that was my trading today. Looking at this NASDAQ here, this was the PSP made, right? No. What the fuck? Why does it do this shit, bro? Yeah, so this wick was mid. So this wick was just so big. Like we came and took this high like 3 times. Like somebody tell me why we had to manipulate this high like 4 separate times on mine. That was so weird. But like YM was just kind of telling us that we're holding our range down here and like creating this SMT, and like that's pretty much what you need to look for. A two stage. PSP, which I don't even feel like a lot of people caught this today. I was looking on the Discord and like I don't think a lot of people caught this, which I don't know why. Like it's pretty obvious in my opinion. Um, and looking for like the respect of this 50%, and when you scale down to 30, like what does it need to respect? Like this fair value gap is a good place to look, you know? This low was perfectly placed at that equilibrium point, right? Which you come up and retest, and that's where, we create a small wick. It's good for expansion. That's where you can trade that. So, yeah, good trades today. The price action this week has been fucking awesome, by the way. Like I would love to say like I did really well this week. I didn't, but do I feel like I learned a lot this week? I feel like I learned a shit ton. Also, if you can tell based on my last video and this video, yeah, I've been studying a shit ton. I really feel like I'm seeing the markets clearer than ever, and I'm seeing my model clearer than ever. And I think one thing I'm doing better is like today I lost money, but my mentality wasn't like shit, I lost money. It was like I was like hype. I executed a good model. I was like, hell yeah, bro. Like that was a fire model. I feel like, and that's what I've been hearing from some. I've been doing a lot of psychology, studying, and and analytical studying, but psychology has been a big part of this. Like I need to get better and just accept losses. But someone said, um, it gets to a point where you love the actual trading so much that you're not even gonna care about losing money. You're just gonna be like looking for your model and looking to execute your model. And you're only gonna be mad if like you screw up your model. And like all like you just want to execute a good A plus trade. Like you get so hyped when you see an A plus trade and like you just love executing them. Which is like I feel like today I honestly started feeling like this. Like I just wanted to execute my model and I didn't even care about the money. I was like, honestly, that was a fire, and I was on the wrong side of probability, and that was a fire trade. This is I mean, this trade hit, so obviously it was a fire trade to this low. End up hitting for 3.3 R in a not great day. Um, no, this was a fire trade, like the remanipulation and then holds the low, and like I'm pissed. I moved my stop here. That sucks. Is it my fault? Yeah, I don't know, like how would my psychology have been holding through this point when NQ is trailing up and taking out these highs? Because I'm somebody right now in my time that or my trading that like if I see NQ going up and ES going up like this, like I get stressed about this asset like going up. Like I believe they're also correlated, but like at the same time, that's not true. Like they desynchronized and like this is holding down for a reason. And look, that's why. Like you just gotta trust your logic. You really do. You gotta trust there's a reason you got on the trade, and then you just gotta let it play out. I'm gonna end the video there, but thanks for watching. Hope you learned something.